Hello, English learner. Welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. I am so glad you are still here. I am so glad you are still listening. This shows me that you are serious. This shows me that you are ready to go deeper. We have talked about discipline. We have talked about not making excuses. We have talked about the power of small habits. But today we need to talk about something very personal. We need to talk about your personality. We need to talk about the way you treat other people and the way you treat yourself. We need to discuss two very heavy topics that might be holding you back from speaking English fluently. These topics are the dark truth about being too nice and why strong people stop seeking approval. Let us start with being nice. You have probably been told your whole life that you should be nice. Your parents told you to be nice. Your teachers told you to be nice. Society tells you that being nice is the most important quality a person can have, and in a way, kindness is beautiful. Kindness is important. We need more kindness in the world, but there is a big difference between being kind and being too nice. There is a dark side to being too nice. And if you are an English learner who is afraid to speak, I suspect that you are suffering from this problem. Dark truth about being too nice is that it is often just fear disguised as politeness. When you are too nice, you are usually afraid. You are afraid of conflict. You are afraid of offending someone. You are afraid that people will not like you. You are afraid of taking up space. You are afraid of being a burden. So what do? You make yourself small. You stay quiet. You smile and nod even when you do not agree. You smile and nod even when you do not understand. You apologize for everything. You say "I am sorry" before you even speak. Think about how this affects your English. When you are too nice, you prioritize the comfort of others over your own learning. You are in a conversation and you want to say something, but you think, if I speak, I will be slow. If I speak, I will make mistakes. I will waste their time. I will annoy them. So you stay silent. You are being nice to them by not bothering them with your imperfect English, but you are being cruel to yourself. You are denying yourself the chance to grow. You are killing your own potential because you are afraid of inconveniencing someone for 30 seconds. Being too nice makes you a liar. I know that sounds harsh, but listen to me. How many times has someone spoken to you in English and you did not understand them? But instead of asking them to repeat, instead of saying "I do not understand," you smiled and nodded. You pretended to understand. You lied. Why did you lie? Because you wanted to be nice. You did not want to make things awkward. You did not want them to feel bad, but by being nice, you killed the communication. You missed the opportunity to learn a new word. You missed the connection. The dark truth is that being too nice is a form of manipulation. You are trying to control how other people feel about you. You want them to think you are perfect. You want them to think you are easy to be around. You want them to think you are smart, so you hide your struggles, you hide your mistakes, you hide your true voice, and when you hide, you cannot learn. Learning requires you to be messy. Learning requires you to be loud. Learning requires you to ask questions that might sound stupid. Learning requires you to take up space. When you are too nice, you become a doormat. People walk all over you. They interrupt you when you speak because you let them. They switch to your native language because you look uncomfortable. They do not wait for you to finish your sentence because you look like you want to give up. You teach people how to treat you. If you treat yourself like a burden, they will treat you like a burden. If you treat your voice like it does not matter, they will treat your voice like it does not matter. You need to stop being nice and start being real. Being real means showing up as you are. Being real means saying, "I am learning English, please be patient." Being real means saying, "Could you repeat that? I did not understand." Being real means saying, "I disagree, even if your grammar is not perfect." When you are real, people respect you. When you are just nice, people like you, but they do not respect you. And you need respect to build confidence. Let us look at the habit of apologizing. This is the biggest symptom of being too nice. Many English learners start every sentence with "sorry." "Sorry, my English is bad." "Sorry to bother you." "Sorry, can I ask a question?" Stop apologizing for your existence. Stop apologizing for learning. When you apologize, you are telling the other person that you are doing something wrong. You are telling them that your English is a problem. You are putting yourself in a lower position. Imagine a child learning to walk. The child falls down. Does the child stand up and say to the parents, "I am sorry, I am bad at walking"? No, the child just stands up and tries again. The child knows that falling is part of the process. You are that child. Your mistakes are not crimes. Your accent is not a sin. Your slow speed is not an insult. Stop saying sorry. Instead of saying "sorry for my bad English," say "thank you for listening." Instead of saying "sorry to bother you," say "excuse me, I have a question." Change your language from apology to gratitude. Change your mindset from weakness to strength. The dark truth is that being too nice breeds resentment. If you are always silent, always polite, always putting others first, eventually you will become angry. You will feel that nobody listens to you. You will feel that nobody cares about your opinion. You will feel invisible, and you will be angry at the world. But the world is not to blame. You silenced yourself. You chose to be nice instead of being heard. You chose to be invisible instead of being imperfect. To learn English, you must be a little bit selfish. You must claim your time. You must claim your turn to speak. You must be willing to make people wait while you find the right word. You must be willing to make the conversation a little bit slower so that you can participate. This is not being mean. This is being assertive. This is respecting your own journey. If you are not willing to inconvenience the world a little bit, you will never learn anything new. Now let us move to the second part of our conversation today. Why strong people stop seeking approval. This connects deeply with being too nice. We seek approval because we want to know that we are okay. We want someone to give us a gold star. We want a teacher to say, "Good job." We want a native speaker to say, "Your English is amazing." We are addicted to validation. But here is the problem: if you only speak when you get approval, you will be silent most of the time. The real world is not a classroom. In the real world, people are busy. They are thinking about their own lives. They do not have time to pat you on the back every time you speak a sentence. If you speak to a clerk at a store, they just want to sell you the item. They are not going to tell you that your pronunciation was excellent. If you wait for that compliment, you will feel disappointed. Strong people stop seeking approval because they realize that approval is a trap. If I speak to get your approval, then you own my voice. If you smile, I feel good. If you frown, I feel bad. I am like a puppet and you are pulling the strings. Strong people cut the strings. Strong people speak because they have something to say, not because they want a reaction. When you seek approval, you are constantly scanning the other person's face. You are looking for a sign that you are doing well. This takes so much mental energy. You cannot focus on your English because you are focusing on their reaction. You are thinking, do they like me? Do they understand? Do they think I am smart? This anxiety makes you freeze. It makes you forget words that you know. It makes you stutter. Seeking approval makes you play it safe. You only use words you are 100% sure of. You only say simple sentences. You never take risks. You never try to express a complex idea because you are afraid of getting it wrong and losing approval. But growth happens in the risks. Growth happens when you try a new word and maybe get it wrong. Growth happens when you try to tell a difficult story and stumble through it. If you need approval, you will never take those risks. Strong people validate themselves. This is the secret. You do not need a teacher to tell you that you practiced well. You know you practiced well. You do not need a native speaker to tell you that you are improving. You know you are improving. You look in the mirror and you say to yourself, "I am proud of you. You spoke today. You tried today. You did not give up." That is the only approval that matters. When you stop seeking approval, you become dangerous. You become powerful. You can walk into any room and speak English. If people understand you, great. If they do not, you try again. If they like your accent, great. If they do not, that is their problem. You are not there to perform for them. You are there to communicate. You are there to connect. You are there to live your life. Think about the most confident English speakers you know who are not native speakers. Do they have perfect grammar? Usually not. Do they have perfect accents? Usually not, but they do not care. They are not looking at you asking for permission. They are just speaking. They are focused on the message. They are focused on the connection. They are not asking, "Am I good enough?" They are stating, "Here I am." Seeking approval is a bottomless pit. You can never get enough. Today someone tells you your English is good and you feel happy for 1 hour. Then the doubt comes back. Then you need someone else to tell you. It is an addiction. You need to break the addiction. You need to find the source of approval inside yourself. How do you do this? You do this by setting your own standards. You decide what success looks like. For you, success might be speaking for 5 minutes without stopping. If you do that, you win. It does not matter if you made 10 mistakes. You met your own standards. Success might be using 3 new words today. If you do that, you win. It does not matter if someone corrected you. You met your own standard. When you have your own standards, you are free. You are the judge. You are the jury. You are the award giver. You take your power back from the world. You stop being a beggar for compliments and you become a builder of skills. Let me tell you about a student named Alina. Alina was the nicest person you could meet. She was always smiling, always apologizing, always trying to please everyone. In her English class, she never raised her hand. She was terrified of saying the wrong answer and disappointing the teacher. When she had to speak to native speakers, she would freeze. She wanted their approval so badly that she could not function. One day, Alina realized that being nice was ruining her dream. She realized that she was 40 years old and still afraid to speak like a child. She decided to change. She decided to stop being nice and start being brave. She went to a coffee shop where English speakers hung out. She sat down next to someone and started a conversation. She did not apologize. She did not ask for permission. She just spoke. Was it perfect? No. Did she make mistakes? Yes. Did the person look confused sometimes? Yes. But Alina did not stop. She did not look for approval. She just wanted to practice. She forced herself to take up space. She forced herself to be okay with being imperfect. And when she walked out of that coffee shop, she felt 10 feet tall. She felt a power she had never felt before. She realized that the world did not end because she made a mistake. She realized that she did not need the stranger to like her. She needed to respect herself. This is the journey you must take. You must move from the nice, approval-seeking student to the strong, self-validating speaker. You must stop asking, "Is this okay?" and start saying, "This is what I think." You must stop shrinking and start growing. It will feel uncomfortable at first. Your brain is used to the old way. Your brain wants to be safe. Your brain wants everyone to like you. When you stop apologizing, your brain will scream, "Say sorry," they will be angry. but you must resist, you must hold your ground, you must breathe through the discomfort. Every time you choose not to apologize for your English, you get stronger. Every time you choose to speak up even when you are not sure, you get stronger. Every time you validate yourself instead of waiting for a compliment, you get stronger. It is a muscle. You build it rep by rep, conversation by conversation. So here is your homework for your mindset. For the next week, I want you to ban the word sorry regarding your English. You are not allowed to say it. If you make a mistake, just correct it and move on. If you do not understand, just ask, please repeat. No sorry, see how that feels, see how people react. You will be surprised. People will treat you with more respect because you are treating yourself with respect. I also want you to practice validating yourself. At the end of every day, write down 3 things you did well in your English practice. Maybe you learned a new phrase, maybe you listened to a podcast, maybe you spoke to yourself in the shower. Write it down and say, good job. Be your own best friend, be your own best teacher. Remember, you are not learning English to please others. You are learning English to expand your world. You are learning English to access information. You are learning English to make money. You are learning English to travel. You are learning English for you. It is a selfish pursuit in the best possible way. It is for your life. It is for your future. So stop acting like you owe the world an apology for trying to improve yourself. You owe the world nothing but your authentic voice. The world needs your ideas. The world needs your stories. The world does not need another person who is too afraid to speak. The world does not need another person who is desperate for approval. The world needs you to be strong. Strong people are magnetic. When you stop chasing approval, people want to be around you. They are drawn to your confidence. They are drawn to your independence. They want to know what you think because you are not just saying what they want to hear. You become an interesting person. You become a person of value. Let go of the need to be the nice student, be the determined student, be the relentless student, be the student who falls down and gets up laughing, be the student who is messy and loud and proud. This is the dark truth that leads to the light. The death of the nice person is the birth of the fluent speaker. You have the potential inside you right now. It is buried under layers of sorry and what do they think, and am I good enough? Peel those layers away, throw them in the trash. Stand up and speak badly, speak slowly, speak with an accent, but speak with power, speak with the knowledge that you are enough. The path to fluency is not paved with gold stars and compliments. It is paved with awkward moments, misunderstandings, and silence. But if you walk that path with your head high without seeking approval, you will reach the destination. And when you get there, you will not need anyone to tell you good job. You will know it in your bones. Thank you for listening to this hard truth today. I know it challenges you. I know it might make you feel uncomfortable. That is good. Discomfort means you are growing. Discomfort means you are waking up. Take this message and let it change you. Stop being too nice. Stop seeking approval. Start being real. Start being strong. Now go and practice. Not for me, not for your family, not for your friends. Practice for you. Practice because you deserve to have a voice. Practice because you are building a new life. Go speak English right now, 5 minutes, no apologies, no fear, just you and your power. I believe in you, now go believe in yourself.